All right, guys, today we are going to check out the Marshall TSL 100. Let's get started. What's happening, guys? I hope you're having a good day. I sure am. I get to check out this really cool amplifier. I was at Motor City Guitar the other day, and all the guys are like, dude, you gotta review this amp. I really think you're gonna like this. So I'm like, all right, why not? You know, I've had some Marshalls on the show, and it's been hit and miss, but I mean, that's kind of how it is with amps anyways. So I wanted to give Motor City Guitar a shout out. Thank you guys very much for allowing me to take this amplifier home. And if you guys are looking for a great deal on an awesome piece of gear, there's an affiliate link below in the description of this video. Click on that. It'll take you right to their website, and you can shop to your heart's content and your wallet's empty. And just get something really cool for yourself. You're supporting yourself by treating yourself to an awesome piece of gear. You're supporting a great store, and you're also supporting my channel. So I appreciate it very much. All right, well, without further ado, let's switch to the old camera on the amp, and let's check out the clean channel first. Everything's pretty much at noon, so here we go. And by the way, I'm playing this amplifier through my Mesa 212 cab with vintage 30s, and the mics I'm using are a combination of the SM57 and the Royer 121. All right, sounds like a usable clean channel. So let's mess around with the knobs here. All right, so you have a mid boost here. Let's see what it sounds like off and on. I just bumped it on. Let's see what it sounds like off and on. I don't know which way I prefer it. Let's mess around with the mids. Interesting. Okay, I'll leave it on and adjust the mids accordingly. Okay, not too bad. Let's dress it up with some chorus and delay and see how it sounds. I'm going to turn on my Julia chorus and my Flashback 2 delay and see what we got. Very nice. Awesome clean channel. Very, very cool. You could probably use it as a pedal platform as well, but we're not going to do that here because I've never done a pedal platform before. Maybe I'll have to do that in the future, but let's switch over to the crunch channel now. Everything is set to noon, and there's no overdrive yet, but there will be soon. So let's dial it in without the overdrive first. Okay, this channel's definitely going to need a boost, but let's see how good we can get it to sound without one. There's also a, it's a deep button here. Let's see what that does. It's probably a depth boost or something like that. Yeah, I got it about as gnarly as I can get it without a boost. So let's engage the, let's do the grid slammer today. Let's see how it sounds with that. Not bad, not bad at all. So the grid slammer is set up as such. I have the level all the way up, gain all the way down, and the tone knob is cranked all the way up. So let's do some further dialing in. Better than expected. Not too bad. There's a tone boost. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, I had it in, so as soon as I, let it back out again, basically what happened is it opened up a little bit more, and when I pushed it in, it seems like it gets a little more compressed. Maybe I like it better that way. All right, I think I got this particular channel or mode or whatever you want to call it sounding about as good as I can. So let's do some riffs. Very reminiscent of a lot of those riffs there, especially the Dokken riff. Really sounded familiar, it sounded really good. I'm digging it. Pretty cool channel, especially when you boost it. If you boost the shit out of it, it actually has some pretty good grind to it. And as you can see, I cranked the gain all the way up, but hey, why not? I paid for it if I bought the amp anyways. And it's all usable. So let's find out what this gain knob does. The nice thing about it is, unlike some amplifiers, you get past like sometimes 3 o'clock on the gain knob, it gets kind of muddy, but not so with this amplifier. So let's just mess around with it. So at top dead center, it's actually a pretty decent classic rock mid-gain mode. It's got a good feel, it's kind of chunky, and it's got a nice snap to it, but let's try some other levels of gain with this channel. That is actually really nice. If you really want to dig in, if you're a more dynamic player and you want to dig in really hard and you like to work those strings, I mean, that's a really good level right there. As you can see, it's at 3 o'clock. I'm not such a string beater, so I like it all the way up. I like the amp to meet me halfway and kind of help me out a little bit. Maybe it's because I suck, I don't know, but let's turn it all the way up and see how it sounds then. Yeah, I prefer it all the way up, but I could go with the 3/4 of the way up as well. But I just like it. It's just got more saturation, a little more aggression, and a little more response with it all the way up. But it's all usable, so that's actually kind of nice. So, yeah, you know what? Let's turn it down to 3 o'clock. Let's do some EVH riffs with it. Let's see what it sounds like with those. Not bad. Actually sounds really good. It's got a thick kind of attack when you do the palm muting or the chugs on it. It's kind of thick and aggressive at the same time. Very nice. And I'm actually surprised that I did that riff on the first take after not playing it for a while. Not too shabs, man. Not too freaking shabs at all. So now let's switch from the crunch mode to the lead channel and pay attention here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to crank the gain all the way up on the crunch, and then the lead is at noon. So let's just see what the difference is when I switch channels here. Wow, a lot more gain. Holy shnikes. The settings are different too. You know, as you can see, I have the settings all in different spots than I do on the lead channel. So let's turn off the overdrive pedal and let's dial in the lead channel without the overdrive. Actually, I like this channel. I like them both. I like the crunch and the lead channels quite a bit, actually. I think I said actually a whole bunch there, but whatever. So I don't have the overdrive pedal on. I did engage the depth knob, so or whatever, the button. It's called a button, stupid. I engaged that, and it's definitely got more low end with that, as it should. Crank the mids. Treble's almost all the way up. The voicing change here, the voice shift or whatever you want to call it, tone shift, I like it better in. It just sounds better to me. It's too open with it out, but when you push it in, it sounds more compressed. I'm a compressed amp guy. I don't like super compressed amps, but I do like what this one does. And so the gain's right here. Let's go ahead and engage the overdrive now. I really think I'm gonna like this. Now, for you guys who are like, oh, why are you putting an overdrive pedal on here? Shut up. No, I'm just kidding. Basically, what happens is, when I use an overdrive pedal, with this amp especially, I'm gonna get more clarity. I'm gonna get more definition in the notes that I'm playing. And I'll show you. So it's off right now, and you'll hear kinda, it sounds good tonally, but when I start doing palm mutes and some fast riffs or whatever, it gets kind of flubby, and that definition's not really there. And you'll hear it. Now I'll turn it on, and you'll hear more clarity. Yeah, definitely a lot more clarity. So I'm going to turn it back off. I'll play a riff and without it, and then I'll play one with it on. Now that sounds really good, especially when you're doing the palm mutes and the, you know, stuff like that. You can just hear more clarity, and it's not so flubby. It just tightens up the amp quite a bit, and it responds really well to an overdrive pedal. So I hear most people that play these use an overdrive pedal anyways. So yeah, so I think this is actually a really good sounding amplifier. One of the best Marshalls I've played in a while anyways. I really think it's good. Sounds great for like the classic 80s riffs, and I think you can get into modern territory with this as well. I really do. In fact, let me just do one of my mixes for you, and we'll see what it sounds like in a full mix. Yeah, it sounds really good in a full mix. I really like it, and I'm starting to really like this amp quite a bit. But let's do one other thing here. Let's switch over to the crunch channel, and let me show you how I'm adjusting it here. I'm going to turn the gain up a little bit, about right here, about 4 o'clock, and I'm going to do Bark at the Moon. That is a very difficult riff, and you really need to find a sweet spot with an amplifier to get that response, the gain that you want, but also that clarity, because there's a lot of nuance and a lot of crazy little things that go on in that riff, and you got to hear it all. So let's see how clear this amp will be on this channel with the gain setting the way it is and being pushed with an overdrive pedal. Man, you got to really work them strings, but it sounds really good. Lots of great clarity. Got to tip the hat to Jakey Lee, man. What an amazing player. But yeah, if you really like working your strings and just, you got a really, you know, powerful right hand, I mean, this amp can really work for you. It really can. I said really a lot. I'm really saying a lot of words a lot today, and I just said it again. So let's turn the gain all the way up. Let's see how much clarity we can get with that riff. All right, so if you're a wuss like me, you'd probably want the gain all the way up on the crunch channel anyways to be able to do that. It just felt better to play. I didn't have to beat the piss out of the strings to get out of it what I wanted, but to each their own. I just wanted to see how much gain I could use on that channel and still retain the clarity that I needed for that riff. And yeah, you can crank it all the way up and boost it and still get lots of great clarity and great tone, feel, and response with that channel. Well, this has been a lot of fun getting to know this amplifier. It's actually a really cool amp. So if you're looking for a pretty versatile amplifier with a great clean channel, a very usable and flexible crunch channel, and plenty of gain on the lead channel, and you love that Marshall sound, I mean, this is definitely one that I would recommend so far. I mean, I'm kind of digging it, to be honest with you, and playing some of the Dokken stuff and the Van Halen stuff on this thing was really fun, and at least in my mind, as far as my memory is concerned, it was pretty reminiscent of what I was used to hearing back then anyway. So really nice job on this amplifier. So if you own one of these, I would consider you lucky. It's one of the better Marshalls that I've ever tried. Well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And thanks to all my subscribers and Patreon supporters. I really appreciate you guys too. And if you like what I do here, please feel free to join my Patreon to support my channel. Or if you play Quad Cortex or Kemper, go on my website, tonewars.com. There's actually a link below in the description. Feel free to help yourself to some awesome profiles for either one of those units. If you're a Line 6 fan, go on their marketplace and get something for your Line 6 product. I got a lot of presets up there for that as well. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, and click the bell so that you can be notified every time I either go live or come out with a new episode. Well, I got a lot more stuff coming up for you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.